Welcome, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So glad you're all here. We are here. Wow. Shall we start with some singing?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, everybody. If you could open up your prayer books to page 340. We will join together in Hine Matov. How great it is that we are here happily together. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim 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 Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Ya la la ya la 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 la. Hine Matov Ya la la ya la 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 la. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. All right, very nice. All right, we're warming up here. I hope you all know that you're not just here for a show or performance. This is a service. We are going to be praying along together with Layla leading us. So we're going to do another song here called Lo Yisagoy on page 341. And there's a part that is so easy. It's super easy. So for those of you out there that can do this, can everyone with me say A, O, O, A. All right, and in Hebrew now. We're going to do it in Hebrew. Everybody say A, O, O, A. Very good. All right, you got this. That's the first part of this song, Lo Yisagoy. It goes like this. A, O, O, A. Try that with me. A, O. A, O, O, A. One more time. You got it. A, O, O, A. A, O, O, A. Now, for those of you who are like, that's a little low for me, I'm not sure about that, we can go up a little bit. It goes like this. A, O, O, A. A, O, O, A. Very good. Now, if you want to get a little more advanced, we can throw in some Hebrew, and we can say, Lo Yisagoy El Goy Cherev. Lo Yisagoy El Goy Cherev. All right, where are those Aos with me? Here we go. Ao. Ao. O. A. One more time. Ao. O. A. for a more challenging part, if you want to do all the Hebrew, it goes like this. Lo yisa goy el goy cherem, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherem, lo yilmedu od milchama. All the parts that we just sang can all go together. So you can do Ayo, or Lo Yisagoy, or all the Hebrew all together. Here we go. Ayo. Lo Yisagoy el goy cherem. Oh, eh. Lo Yisagoy el goy cherem. Lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo Yisagoy el goy cherem. Lo yilmedu od milchama. Now there's a little English in this song. It goes like this. Don't walk in front of me, I shall not follow. Don't walk behind me, I shall not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend as we walk together in the path of Hashem. Hey, oh, oh, hey, hey, oh, oh, hey.
Thank you, Andrew. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom means a Sabbath of peace. So I say Shabbat Shalom. You say?
Shabbat Shalom.
Fantastic. I'm Rabbi Paul Kipnis, rabbi here at Congregation RME. This is Andrew Fromer, our cantorial soloist for today. Andrew, during the day, is a mild-mannered youth engagement coordinator here at RME. So last weekend, he was bringing 27 7th and 8th graders, plus me and my wife and the rest of our staff, down to Disneyland for a bonding experience, which actually went in tonight because the bus was late, right?
Yeah, we got back here, I think, right at midnight, yeah.
Fun. But, and connecting, you had a good time? Okay, and amazingly, Layla was on the bus and actually on the rides chanting her Torah portion through the whole, no, not really. And a longtime music leader here at the synagogue. And we are thrilled you are here. Welcome to all of you who are here in the sanctuary with us. Welcome to all of you streaming in via the live stream. Thank you to Live Control and Jacob Bronstein for ensuring that people can worship wherever we are. We are during services, we are a cell phone free zone. So if you could take out your cell phones now and make sure they are off. I find that the cell phone that goes off during the service is the one you are 100% sure right now is off. If you're not quite sure how to do it, like someone last night, ask someone next to you, maybe a teenager or something, and we'll just silence them. The other thing is we ask that you not take pictures. We have an incredible photographer and videographer. This service is going to be so... Okay, thank you. Sometimes I'm not articulate. My kids have said that. So what I mean is turn the phone. No, I'm kidding. And by the way, if you have a watch, I don't have one because I only want to be 90% attached to my things. If you have an iWatch, somehow silence that too. I don't know how to do that. We actually worked this out already. So the check's in the mail. Thank you very much. So we were once in high holiday services, and I was talking about turning off the phone, and then the phone rang. And I looked down, and it's my dad. So it's the way that the producers, the people let me know if the mic's off or whatever. So I'm like, Dad, I'm in services. But it wasn't really my dad. It was my wife. We were playing a game. Anyways, welcome to Congregation RME. I told you about the cell phones. Bathrooms are right behind this wall, but don't use the door here. You came in just through a glass door right here. Just go out and take an immediate left. Don't go all the way to the front. One step out and to the left, the bathrooms are there. If you need something, drink some water, go out to the right, and there's a divider behind it is a filtered water faucet, and there are cups somewhere over there. And we'll invite you to do that. If I'm looking at my cell phone, I'm just making sure, a couple of times I have to make sure the live stream is on and there's not a problem with it. We're a singing congregation, so when he invites you to sing, sing. It's not hard, and we're not judging you. And if you smile, she's less nervous and I'm less nervous, and so she'll Layla will be fantastic, and I won't talk so long, because when I get nervous, I better shut up. So, let me invite Jeff and Leanne to come up, Mom and Dad, as we continue our service. When a young girl turns 13 and takes the first steps on the path to adulthood, we Jews mark it with a bat mitzvah, we mark it with dressing up as a Jew. We're told in the Torah, Layla, to wrap ourselves in four corners with tzitzit, with these fringes. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're wrapped a certain number of times and tied with these 5 knots. And these are like, in the olden days, they'd say, wrap a string around your finger to remember something. They're reminders of the 613 mitzvot, commandments in Torah to live a good, honest, ethical, a ritual, a Jewish life. Wherever you go, when you take this talit and wrap it around your shoulders, be reminded that you have a purpose in this world. Part of it is figuring out what that purpose is. And part of it is using that purpose to help bring goodness into this world. But the other thing, when you put this on your shoulders and you feel it wrapped around you, remember, you're wrapped in the love and support of these two people who love you dearly. You're wrapped in the love and support of everyone gathered here and even those out on the live stream. You're wrapped in God's loving arms. Wherever you go, you can be brought back to this moment of transition of becoming. So turn and take the talit from the hands of your parents. Turn back and say the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotah b'tzivanu lehit atef batzitzit.
Blessed are, amen. Go ahead. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of the universe, who makes us holy through mitzvot and commands us, urges us, invites us to be involved in the study of Torah. At special moments like this, we just want to mark it with a blessing. We want to hold it up. Why? Because not too long ago, she was this little baby and didn't do all that much. And then one day you turned over. And then you started crawling. And then you remember she got up on her feet and started walking and then running out into the world, out into life. And somehow from that little baby who just barely made it in your parents' hands, you became this young woman about to take on the world. So we want to slow down time just for a moment, hold on to it, and thank God for giving us life, for keeping us in life, and bringing us to this joyous occasion. The prayer Shehachianu, it's on page 344, the second one down. I invite you to sing along with us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu vekimanu vehigianu lazman hazeh.
Let's turn in our prayer books to page on 341 for 341, a song by Debbie Friedman about the journey we're all on in life, getting from here to there, but not getting lost in the journey, but holding on to the journey to become the blessing we're supposed to be. Listen or sing along with us.
Lechi lach to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha to a place you do not know. Lechi lach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach, lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. Lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lechi lach. And you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
Let me invite you to turn in your prayer books to page 106 and 107. By the way, these prayer books are our holy books, so if you're not using them, put them on a seat down wherever, just not on the ground, if you will. We are on 106 and 107 is the Chatzi Kaddish. Every 2 pages is one prayer. So 106, 107 is the Chatzi Kaddish. Layla, our bat mitzvah, will be chanting the Hebrew in the upper right-hand corner of the right-hand page. You can chant along with her using the Hebrew letters, or look just to the left. See the English letters, Yit Gadav, Yit Gadash, Shmei Rabbah. That's the transliteration. Same words, but in English characters. If you want to know what the words mean, go under the Hebrew. You'll see it. Exalted and hallowed be God's great name. Now, the left-hand page will always have a couple of readings on the same theme, but that look at God or life or spirituality a little differently. You can peruse through those if you want. And at the bottom of the page, you'll always find some commentary on this prayer specifically or prayer in general. So here's the thing. We're trying to create a meaningful experience for everyone here. We come in with different needs, desires, different backgrounds and whatever. Find something on the page that speaks to you or chant along with us. And when it's time to go on, we'll announce the page number so we'll all sort of be on the same page. So for now, if you are able, we invite you to please rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
Yid gadol ve'yid kadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach lir'utei ve'yamlich malchutei b'chayeichon u'v'yomeichon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael bagala u'vizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulomei almaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitalev ve'yithalal Shemei dekudesha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tush bechata v'ne'emata da'amirin be'alma ve'imeru amen.
Page 108.
On page 114, we have the Shema, and you may continue standing if it is your custom to do so. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We're going to do that one more time. Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'em.
We turn to page 116. Please be seated and join us in chanting the Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvchol nafshecha uvchol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai ve'item kedoshim le'Eloheichem ani Adonai Eloheichem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lechem Elohim ani Adonai Eloheichem.
On page 122, we have Mi Hamocha. Bye bye bim bim bam, yalla bye bye bim bam, ya bye bye bim bim bam, yalla bye bye bim bam, ay 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 ay, yalla bye bye bim bam, ay 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 ay, yalla bye bye bim bam.
Mi chamocha ba'alim adon
On page 126, we rise for our Amidah, beginning with the Avot Ve'imachot.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Behanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei Chakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shema Be'ahava Melech Hozer U'Mashiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah.
We continue on page 128.
Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mechalkei L'chaim Bechesed Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'rofei Holim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Avar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melech Memid Umechayei Uchmatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata Lechachayot Hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei Hakol.
Turn to page 131, please. On 130 and 131 is the Kedusha. It's where we meditate upon holiness, and particularly God's holiness. In the world, they teach us that to access holiness, that sense of uplift, of depth, of connecting to something bigger. How do we do that? Some people think it's you go up to the top of the mountain or down by the beach, you get in a yoga pose and meditate. All good things. I do all of that. But for Jews, holiness comes not just by separating ourselves from the world. It's by engaging in behavior, ethical behaviors. On the left-hand side, 131, from the middle of the Torah, the Holiness Code in the book of Leviticus, is a rewriting of the Ten Commandments that remind us of how we're supposed to live in this world. Let's read together in English. The first word, Adonai, is one of the names we have for God. So let's read together. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the whole community of Israel and say to them, you shall be holy, for I, Adonai, am holy. You shall each revere your father and your mother, and keep my Sabbaths. When you reap your harvests, leave the corners and the gleanings for the poor and the stranger. You shall not steal. You shall not deal deceitfully or falsely with one another. You shall not swear falsely by my name. Do not defraud your neighbor. Do not commit robbery. The wages of the worker shall not remain with you until morning. You shall not insult the deaf or place a stumbling block before the blind. You shall not render an unfair decision. Do not favor the poor or show deference to the rich. Judge your neighbor fairly. Do not go about as a talebearer. Do not profit by the blood of your neighbor. Do not hate your kinfolk in your heart. Reprove your neighbor, but incur no guilt doing so. Do not take vengeance or bear a grudge against your kinfolk. Love your neighbor as yourself. I am Adonai." If you're looking for a way to get through this world when it darkens or people are crazy or the world gets crazy, here you go. Some directions on how to live. Let me invite you to please be seated. And while we take some time to meditate privately, listen to the song Chazak by Dan Nichols, the Jewish composer, about strengthening ourselves in the journey that this young one is on. Come sit.
have come from near and far to raise our voice in song. And the more we join in the refrain, the more we feel strong. Chazak, Chazak, Venitchazek. There is a power in this place and time. It shapes the rest of our lives. For when we return each year, we find a truth we can't deny. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, Chazak, Venitchazek. Chazak, Chazak, Venitchazek. As we sing, we link ourselves to those who came before. And we're one with all those yet to come. Our strength, it will endure. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us celebrate one another. Chazak, Chazak. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, Chazak. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, Chazak. Be strong, be strong. Chazak, Chazak. Venitchazek.
Ethan, you ready? Coming up here. Mom and Dad? Mom and Dad, come on up. You don't need anything but yourselves. Papa and Mima, Shell and Linda, come on up. You don't need anything with you except yourselves. No, I just want to hold your hand. Don't tell my wife. And Gaggy and Papa, Diane and Laura. And to help us open the ark, we turn to the next page. To help us open the ark, we call up great Aunt Maxine, Great Aunt Irene, and Great Uncle Leslie. Maxine, Irene, and Leslie. Please rise as we remove the Torah from the ark.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael bikdushato.
Layla, V'zot HaTorah, this is the Torah. V'zot HaDakah, and this is the moment we pass it to you. Look around at all these people gathered here for you, and some streaming in. This moment, Layla, is a holy moment. It's a moment when we hand to you the most precious thing we have next to our children, this Torah. This Torah happens to have come across the oceans. I think it started out in Czechoslovakia, in a community there. And after the Holocaust, it made its way to England, and then to a number of synagogues until coming here. And we read from it, keeping alive the memories of the past and projecting new memories for the future. We'll pass it down the door of a door from generation, your grandparents, to your parents, to you. You gotta wait a couple more years. It's a very heavy Torah, physically, the heaviest I've ever held. Heavy because also its ideas are heavy. You know, we live in a world, Layla, that teaches us it's all about being happy. Torah comes to say that happiness is good, but don't forget you've been put on this earth for something higher, to strive to be holy. We live in a world that tells us it's all about making money, getting rich. And Torah says that money's okay. But remember, you've been given what you have to help enrich the lives of others. And Torah reminds us that in a world that teaches us it's all about me, that I can do what I want, Torah comes to say, well, you've all been put on this earth for a higher purpose, to transform its brokenness into a place filled with emet, truth, and tzedek, justice, to fill the world with ahava, with love. So it's a place of shalom, of peace. I know that you, Layla, have shoulders broad enough to hold this responsibility. Layla, you have a mind wise and incisive enough and a heart open and loving enough to know how to use Torah for good. V'zot hadakah, this is the moment, V'zot haTorah, that we pass Torah to you.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, 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 על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, 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 על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
To help us undress the Torah, we call up cousin Lexi, and of course Ethan when he gets here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah. Sweet as, let us soak it up, let it all sink in. Sweet words of Torah, let us soak it up, let it all sink in. Sweet words of
Please be
Torah,
seated.
sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
In rabbinical school, as we were learning about the prayers and the order of service and the Torah service and whatever, this thing we just did is called a hakafah, but in rabbinical school we used to call it the commercial. You know, when you could get up, go to the bathroom, schmooze with people, check your phone, all that stuff. We never did that because we were rabbinic students paying attention all the time. But anyways, how many of you have witnessed a miracle? Okay, a couple of you. Anyone see a baby be born? That's pretty miraculous. I mean, we know how this stuff works, mostly, because it doesn't always work. But you see that kid come out and amazing. Or adopt a baby, see that child get into the arms of the new parents. Oh my God. Anyone seen, know people who are in the depths of addiction and through the 12 steps or something else make their way out to healing? I know plenty within this congregation. That is miraculous. Have you ever been up at the top of a mountain or down at the seashore and seen as the sun starts to go down and the sky, it starts turning purple and pink and then red, and then, oh, that orange. God painting with those paintbrushes. You know, that's a wake-up call from God. It's like better than your iPhone alarm saying, the world is gorgeous. Blessings abound. And as the Baal Shem Tov used to say, and we humans take our little hands and cover our eyes. The miracles of life, the birth of a baby. And then somehow she has the chutzpah, the nerve to grow up into an adult. The working towards healing in recovery or whatever. The changing of the sky. Those are miracles to remind us that when people try to separate us or push us down, this is a way to lift up and see that goodness. So you're going to see another miracle tonight, or today, as this young woman reads from Torah. Now, let's just be clear. Was Hebrew your first language? Okay. Second, third? Like 20th. Okay. So she had to learn how to read Hebrew with the vowels. Then she got her Torah portion, learned how to chant it with the vowels and the music. But because there's no vowels in Torah, we took those out. And because there were no musical notes in Torah, we took that away too. And once she had it done, we brought her to the Torah, which is different calligraphy. Ancient words 2,500 to 5,000 years old, brought to life by a thoroughly modern woman. To help us with this moment, we're going to call up a number of relatives for an aliyah l'Torah, to physically come up here on the bima, but more importantly, to be close to and to bless the Torah. I have the words in Hebrew, transliteration in English, and Russian, and Farsi. So I should have in Spanish, but I don't have that yet. So when we call you up, come on right up here and get on in close. For the first aliyah, we call up Aunt Jenny, Uncle Mark, Auntie Robin, Auntie Martine, Cousin Dylan. Ya'amdu Rishonim La'aliyah L'Torah Rishon. Come on up. Here's one. Come on. So go. Oh, you go there. Okay, go right there. And come there. And so it's up top. Okay, remember, you do the first one. They do the second. Then you repeat it. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Come close so you can see.
Shofetim v'shoterim titen lecha bechol she'arecha asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha lishvatecha v'shafetu et ha'am mishpat tzedek lo tita mishpat lo takir panim velo tikad shochad ki chashochad ye'aver einei chachamim v'saleu divrei sadikim. Sedek, sedek, tirdov, lemon, tifya, ve'aroshta et ha'aretz, asher Adonai Elohecha noten la.
Okay, at the bottom of the page. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Natan B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Give her a hug and a kiss, or a kiss and get out of here. second aliyah, we call up Gaggy, Papa, and Mima, Diane, Lar, Shell, and Linda. Ya'amdu, Shani, Devora, Aryeh, Yisrael, Mordechai, Velana, Kayla, Shnia, Shani.
I'll take the Hebrew. Come closer. Hu et Adonai hamvarach, Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim, v'notan lanu et torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Lo tita lecha asherah kol eitz eitzel mizbah Adonai Elohecha asher tasela velo takim lecha matzeva asher Sani Adonai Elohecha Lo tizbah l'Adonai Elohecha shor v'aseh asher yeyevo mum kol davar ra ki to'avot Adonai Elohecha hu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'torchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Well done, kid.
Stay there.
You stand right next to him. And you step back here. Okay. Layla, take a look at these four people here. And your uncle, but you don't count. Take a good look. These people, tonight, you're going to get home and you're going to see that you've received all sorts of gifts. But what I want you to realize is of all the gifts you've received, these four are the most precious. These are people who have no responsibility for you. That's your parents. So they get to admire you and be amazed by you and hopefully lift you up and tell you how wonderful you are. And if you're not doing that enough, do it a lot more. In this world, we all could use it. These people love you unconditionally. But even more, they know things that you've only read about. They know about the world going through wars. They know about things about this country, America, how it's changed and grown. It's good and it's bad. They remember Israel when it was growing into a country, when it had dreams, when it missed the dreams, and when it's striving for dreams more. They remember your parents when they were young and cool. They're still pretty cool. You're still cool. You're still cool. Take a look. Ask these people, not now, but later, just like other gifts, you have to unwrap them. Ask them things. That's how you unwrap them. Ask them about what it was like when they were kids your age, what they liked to do. They were real people back then, not just grandparents. Ask them about the first people they liked and loved. Ask them about their first jobs. Ask them about how they struggled, about their doubts and their joys. Ask them how they felt the first moment they looked at you and held you, and how they feel about how wonderful you are now. These are the real gifts in life. Hold on to them, because they should live like Moses ad mea ve'esrim to 120. But life doesn't work that way. They're here today. They're here today. So hold on to them and love them. Give them another hug and a kiss, and then we'll keep reading Torah. Now get out of here. For the next Aliyah, we call up Mom and Dad, Jeff and, I don't know why I call it, Jeff and Leanne. I called you Layla on the piece of paper. Ya'amdu, Yosef Peretz ben Yisrael Mordechai, Leah bat Aryeh Dvorah Shlishi. Come on over here. Come right over here. Remember, you do this, they do this, then you do that. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Mom, come right here. Dad, go around the other side. Okay, go.
Ki matzeh v'kirbecha be'achad she'arecha asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach ish o isha asher ya'aseh et hara be'enei Adonai Elohecha la'avor berito vayelech va'avod Elohim aherim ve'estachu lahem ve'lo shemesh o layarecha o lechol tzeva hashamayim asher lo tziviti והוגד לך ושמעת ודרשת היפי והנה אמת נכון הדבר נעשת תעבוד הזאת בישראל.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
For the fourth Aliyah, Ta'amod, 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 Habachorah Habat Mitzvah, Layla iti bat Yosef Peretz v'Leah, Bat HaMitzvah.
Baruch
Baruch Adonai
Adonai Hamvorach.
Havarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Ve'hotzeta et ha'ish hahu. Oh, et ha'isha hahi asher asu. Et hadavar hara hazeh el she'arecha et ha'ish. Oh, et ha'isha uskaltam ba'avenim v'ametu al pei shenaim edim. Oh, shelosha edim yuman hamed lo yuman al pi ed echad yad ha'edim tiafo varishona lehamito veyad kol ha'am ba'arona uvi arta hara mikir becha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now, let me have you guys stand right there. You stand right in front of your mom. Be quiet. To help us, the Torah is not just for the rabbis and cantors, but for everybody. So we're going to, in a moment, show you the Torah that was read. It's from Parashah, the Torah portion Shoftim, and our Bat Mitzvah will tell you what it means in just a little bit. To help us dress the Torah, let me call up Brother Ethan and Cousin Lexi. Join me right over here. Please rise as we give honor to the Torah.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It's a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Etz Chaim hi lamachazik ima v'tomea me'ushar. Etz Chaim hi lamachazik ima v'tomea me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It's a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Grace, Mom. Ethan's first. Ethan, come on up. Come on this side, the other side. No. And open it up.
Layla and I are typical siblings. We argue a lot.
Slow and loud.
Layla and I are typical siblings. We argue a lot and sometimes don't get along. But in the past year or two, I've really come to appreciate and feel grateful that she's my sister. Whenever her friends come over, she always includes me in whatever fun game she made up. She may be very bossy, but she's a... That was rude. She's a great student and occasionally a great mom. Yet despite all the great things about Layla, she can be quite annoying at times. That's rude. Nellie and Tiddler are such good nicknames. Another example of this is Layla's up around 10 and she's on the phone and she says something like, "Hey guys, look at my new makeup. Look at this. Look at this eyeshadow. Oh, and look at this body scrub. Such a nice color." I can never understand why a Sephora haul is so important. Don't you go there every week? Don't you?
I haven't been in like 2 months.
Yes, you have.
No,
Don't
I can't.
Layla is always willing to try new things, and I'm so proud of her for playing softball. Your games are so fun to watch, and I'm always amazed by the fact that this is your first time playing, and these pitchers seem to throw so hard and seem so good, yet you still always find a way to get on base. I may not have the best memory, but I do remember the time when we would have picnics in the backyard and your concerts with Ella and Sophia, and the time you put me in an Elsa dress. I love the time we built life all over the house. It's always so fun to play board games with you and your friends. The 17 million times I beat you in chess add up fast. So if I could do it all over again, I'd have it the exact same, with you as my sister. Yes.
Mom and Dad.
Lish, I can't believe we're here. You came into the world like you wanted to set it on fire. You walked very early, you talked early, you had big desires, and when you were 10 and a half months old, you toddled over to the kitchen table and hung there trying to get my keys for 45 minutes, and I couldn't redirect you. And it was the only time I called Daddy, I was in tears. And I think I just realized you were such a big personality and I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to parent you effectively, and I was afraid of the challenge ahead. And it has been challenging because parenthood is challenging, and you are strong-willed and very smart and quick-witted, and you're so creative and funny, and you're just such a bright light in the world. And you've kept me on my toes. You've been my biggest teacher. I love how you are so open with Daddy and I, so open. I appreciate you letting us in. I love how you always think about the world and your space in it and how you can improve your own life. It makes me very happy. You have boundless energy. I mean, there were times, and there have been, where we've come home from a long day and you look at me and you go, "What are we doing now?" And in my head, I'm face planted in the bed. But you could keep going. you in the past few years have become such a good friend. You have become very loving and loyal and figuring out the needs of other people versus your own. You're an amazing role model to Ethan. He has learned a lot from you in terms of pretty much everything, but time management and how you approach work and your ethics about everything makes me so happy. Like he said, I love that you include him when your friends are over, and it's actually hilarious to see him on your bed with girls around him. Everyone's chatting and laughing, so thank you for letting him in too. And I know how much you love him, even if you only write it in camp letters home. One of the things that you've grown so much with is the word no, which used to be a very gray area. And the best example of this is actually with Cheerio, your hamster, who when you begged us for him, we were like, hard pass. We have 2 fur balls at home and a very busy life. And so off you went and came back with a spreadsheet and a Word document and a PowerPoint presentation on how you were going to take care of this little guy. And so, Mom, thank you for the $5 hamster, who we've spent a fortune on. But I can't say we didn't know. We went in with our eyes open. And to your credit, Layla, you have been unbelievable. This is the most well-researched hamster, I think, probably in the Northern Hemisphere, if not the world. And he is so lucky to have you as his pet mom. I think of you as a curator of your life. And I'm going to get very emotional about all this. It's hard to make big changes, and it's hard to be brave when things are scary. And in the last 2 years, you've done such amazing things that you blow my mind. I'm so inspired by you. The beginning of 6th grade, you decided you wanted to be on a gymnastics team after only having done some tumbling in our yard. And you joined a gym, you worked hard to get on team, you competed, you even medaled, but more importantly, you've made some very special friends who we love, and gym is your home away from home, and that has made me so happy for you. On Memorial Day last year, you decided you wanted to switch middle schools, so off you went, knowing no one in 7th grade. You've made friends, you've finished the year with highest honors, you're excited about 8th grade, and you're in the right place, and you knew that we didn't. You also decided that you wanted to switch sleepaway camps after 4 years in the same place, and so you picked a camp across the country for a month, and you absolutely love camp. You're going to your 3rd season, you're counting down the days, and we're blessed enough to have Lola come all the way from Texas to celebrate with you, and you just have the best experiences there, so I'm very proud of you. And then at the beginning of this year, you decided you wanted to join a 12U softball team with girls who've been playing since they were 5, and off you went, knowing no one. You came out swinging in true Layla fashion, excuse the pun, and you battled at the plate, and you got the nickname RBI Queen, even though you didn't really understand the game yet, and you're back at it in your 2nd season, and we can't wait to watch you play. And these are huge things to do when you're 11 and 12 years old, to push through the fear of something new and know that it might be the best thing for you and it might not, but you're going to do it anyway. And it has made me so proud of you. I don't even know how to put it into words. This bat mitzvah journey has been very special. It's had some ups and downs and a few pivots, but you've handled everything with such grace, and we are unbelievably grateful to Cantor Beth for how wonderful she was with you and all the work she put in with you, to Rabbi Paul and Andrew for such a special and supportive space for Layla and such an amazing service. And like you always do, you questioned everything with this whole experience, and you had some phenomenal conversations about what it means to be Jewish in the world today. I hope that you take the lessons and experiences that you've had here and you carry them in your life backpack wherever you go. And I'm sorry about the 4 things before I missed something. I just want to say to you, that's another piece of advice, and Rabbi Paul said don't give advice, but I'm going to. I want you to always evaluate your life and look at things that you can change. And even when it's scary, push through always. And just know that even if you are on the road less traveled, Daddy E and I will be there every single step of the way with you, okay? So before Layla was born, Jeff and I wrote her letters to give to her when she turned 18. And I reread mine a few months ago, and it was full of all this excitement and anticipation about who she would be in the world. And honestly, in my wildest dreams, Layla, I could not have imagined a more incredible daughter. I just couldn't. You have surprised me and delighted me and inspired me. And you are fierce and brilliant and sweet and thoughtful. And I love you, and I'm so very proud of you. In the words of our old bedtime routine, you are safe, you are loved, you are wise, you are smart, kind, and beautiful, and you are so loved. Mazel. Oh, you have letters, yes.
Now I gotta follow that. I'm sure you don't remember this, but there was a night when you were, I think, 3, maybe 4, and I was putting you to bed, and like I read you a story, and then I'm tucking you in, and I said something like, "Remember, Layla, you can do anything you want in life," which is kind of I don't know how to talk to 3-year-olds, but I just had one for them. But, and most kids probably just like smile and nod, but you decided this was gonna be the hill you were gonna die on. You were gonna prove me wrong on this. And you pounced up and you said, "No, I can't make a Shopkin ultra rare appear in my bed right now." And I said, "No, but like if you work really hard, you can make enough money to buy all the Shopkins you want." And you said, "No, it's ultra rare. Like by the time I'm a grown up," and then I start like this flailing argument about like the secondary market and eBay, but she's hammering me with like, and I can't make my bed float to the sky, and I can't do this, and I'm like, "Layla, for the love of God, this was a throwaway line. This was not controversial. Just go to sleep." So I left the room exhausted and defeated and smiling. You've been making me smile for 13 years and laugh and think and sometimes want to put my fist through the wall. But mostly just be really proud. Seeing you grow into the amazing person that you are today has been the thrill of my life. I love who you have become. You are fun, funny, wicked smart, fiery, opinionated, dramatic, independent, tenacious, creative, brave, and so beautiful. Now you probably think I'm just going to heap praise on you for this whole speech, but I also am going to break Rabbi Paul's rule about not giving advice. Do you remember a day about a month ago you went to the mall with friends and you sent me an Apple Cash request for $50 and you texted me, "Dish, please accept is for school supplies." And I called you, I said, "Layla, on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me how critical is it that I give you this $50? Do you remember what you said?
No.
What?
10.
Yes, you said 10. And if I can give you some criticism on your bat mitzvah, you live in a 1 or 10 world. Everything is 1 or 10, but you're gonna find that life happens like between 3 and 7. So be able to see multiple sides of an issue. Be able to put yourself in other people's heads, see their perspective. Not enough people in the world can do that, and you'll have better outcomes if you do. Number 2, laugh. Find as many things as you can to laugh about. You are ridiculous, but so am I, so all people are ridiculous. So laugh at yourself, find humor everywhere you can. And finally, don't compromise. And by that I don't mean don't compromise with other people. Do compromise with other people, especially Ethan. But don't compromise with yourself. Don't settle. The things that you want most in life, things that will be most rewarding, you're going to have to go out of your comfort zone to get. You're going to have to do really hard things for a long period of time.
Go bunny.
But just know, and don't shy away from those things. But just know that while you're doing whatever it is you decide to do, while you're doing your thing, until I take the last breath I will ever take, I will be there for you, competing with mommy to be your strongest ally and your biggest fan. I love you.
Now we're going to take some time and listen to what the Torah portion meant, what this process means to you as you teach us along the way. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom. Raise your hand if you understood what I just read from the Torah. That's what I thought, so I'll explain it. My Torah portion, Shoftim, is in the book of Deuteronomy or Devarim. I chanted chapter 16, verse 18, through chapter 17, verse 7. This section talks about justice. It teaches that when settling a dispute, a society should choose fair, civil officers or officials for court, who people can count on to be unbiased and just. It says that judges shouldn't take bribes, shouldn't show bias, and shouldn't judge unfairly. The Torah says that the Israelites can thrive by having a just society. This part of my Torah portion really relates to me because fairness is important to me, and my dream job is to be a lawyer. Being a lawyer would be a fun job because I like to argue and I want to help people who are being treated unfairly. I have a harder time relating to the second half of my Torah portion. It says if you see someone who is worshiping other gods, you should tell on them, and if there are 2 or more witnesses who saw it too, the person should be stoned to death. I don't agree that people should be killed if they worship other gods. I think people should be able to believe what they want. Rabbi Paul taught me that we have the right and responsibility to argue with all parts of Judaism, including the Torah. He explained that Jewish tradition has since rejected the idea about worshippers of other gods. We believe that we can find common ground with anyone who accepts that each religion holds some truth. For reasons like this, I'm still trying to figure out my religion, which is okay, because I'm only 13 years old. I don't like how religion sometimes separates people instead of bringing them together. I also find some of the religious practices of Judaism are not meaningful to me, like keeping kosher. There are many parts of the Jewish religion that I'm still trying to understand better. Our rabbis teach that we are called to explore all parts of our religions and then make educated decisions about what is meaningful and spiritually uplifting for us. But there are some parts of the Jewish religion that I really like. I love getting together with my family for Hanukkah and Passover and other holidays. I like that Judaism teaches you to be a good person and be willing to help anyone, even someone who seems different from you. I wanted to become a bat mitzvah because I think it's an important part of my Jewish life. My whole life I've been told how important my bat mitzvah is to my Jewish identity. It means a lot to me to carry on a tradition that both my parents did and my grandparents and my great-grandparents too. Now that I am a bat mitzvah, I am able to wear talit, lead the prayers, chant from Torah, be called up for an aliyah, and be counted in a minyan, the 10 Jews needed for prayer service. So if anyone needs someone for any of these, I'm available for a small fee. For my mitzvah project, I volunteered at No Limits. No Limits is an organization that helps deaf children acclimate into society. Working with deaf children, I taught them lessons, played games, helped them learn their speeches, and set up for their graduation. This project was important to me because I have a cousin who is deaf, and after seeing her, I decided to teach myself a small bit of ASL, or American Sign Language. To me, my mitzvah project was Jewish because I helped make a difference in people's lives. I believe Judaism commands us to help everyone, including people with challenges. Before I finish, I have a few important people I'd like to thank. Dish. Thank you for always being so supportive. Whether it's school or sports, you're always there for me. I love talking and laughing together. Thank you for being the best dad I could ever ask for. I love you. Mom, thank you for always being there for me. Words cannot explain how thankful I am for all the times you've been a shoulder to cry on or celebrate big milestones with me. You always do so much for me, and your love is unconditional. I love you. Ethan, as much as you bother me sometimes, I love you. You are such an amazing kid and a great brother. I love calling on the Arsenalers and playing Roblox or just talking. Thank you for being a great brother. I love you. Gaggy, you go out of your way to help me and Mommy, especially as we plan this bat mitzvah celebration. Thank you for always being there for me when I need you. Papa Lar, you're one of the funniest people I know. I'm so thankful for all the stories you have told and all the laughs we have shared. Mima, you are so sweet and kind and always there for me. I'm so glad to have someone to come to for fashion or friend advice. Papa Shell, thank you for always helping me academically and socially. I'm so thankful to have someone to come to with all my problems and to almost always get a solution. I love you all. I love being a part of Congregation Orami because of everything it has given me. I've gained friendship and knowledge. I now have a community of Jews and Jewish families to connect with and support. I also have become more confident and more connected in my Jewish roots. I want to thank Cantor Beth Rosenfeld for helping me with my Jewish studies. She was always there to help me through my bat mitzvah prep and help me feel less stressed and more confident. Andrew Fromer, thank you for helping me enjoy our Kesher Hebrew School. When I first joined, I really didn't want to be here, but you made me have fun and learn from it. Thank you. And thank you for stepping in and leading music at my bat mitzvah. I would like to thank Rabbi Paul Kibnis for supporting me. You supported me as I wrote this Devar Torah and answered all my questions about being a bat mitzvah. Finally, I want to thank everyone for coming here to celebrate this special day with me and my family. Shabbat Shalom.
You did it. How do you feel?
Good.
You became a bat mitzvah. What are you going to do now? Go to Oh, no, you went to Disneyland. Yeah. Okay. You did an amazing job today, leading the service, teaching us the meaning of the prayers in your Torah portion, and you are now a bat mitzvah. And so there's some gifts we want to share with you. The car has not come yet. After you're 16, talk to your mom and dad. That's up to them. But we have for you a certificate that says you became a bat mitzvah here at Congregation Orami, and it mentions me and Andrew Fromer. This, you can sign it there, and this goes into like a scrapbook, which is sort of like Instagram, but real. We have for you a certificate from Lomti. Lomti is our 9th through 12th grade youth group, and they heard you're a really cool person, and they want to get to know you, because they're a cool group of people. So when you get into 9th grade, you can use this certificate to go to your first event for free and get to know really cool kids, so you put that away. Now, Israel is a great place, and we want you to understand it. So the Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles has for you a book. A book is like a web page, but with like actual paper. Now, to understand what's going on in Israel today, you can't get your information from TikTok or X, or even sometimes cable news to really understand it. It's complex, and the issues go way back hundreds and thousands of years. So now you have a book. So I'm going to give you this book, but you got to promise me that when we leave here, you don't run out and sit down on the couches and start reading it, okay? But when you get home, I don't want you to sit down when you get home and be reading the book either, because you should be like looking at your gifts and talking about how much fun you have. But sometime, maybe you'll go through it. And then maybe you'll be so interested that you'll want to go there. So the Union for Reform Judaism, our parent organization, and Yalla Israel have for you a gift certificate good for $3,250 toward a trip to Israel during one of your high school summers with Yalla Israel. So make sure and the synagogue has some other scholarship money, and there's other scholarship money too. So if you want to go to Israel during a high school summer, this is the time to go. So what I'm going to have you do is you'll take this and you'll give it to your parents, and they'll put it in a safe deposit box, which is like Venmo, but real. And lastly, we have for you a mezuzah. It's not a car, but it'll help you drive your life in the right direction. It goes on the doorpost of your house or in your room, angled in. Why in? Because it's supposed to remind the people who live inside about the words inside of the mezuzah, to live a good, honest, ethical life, so that when you go into your room and when you come back out, you present your best self forward and help repair the brokenness of this world. And I have one more gift for you, which is our words of blessing at the Ark. So in a moment, I'm going to take this amazing young woman before the Ark and share some private words of blessing with her. During that time, I want you to imagine that you were standing in my shoes. What words of blessing, of praise would you share with Layla? I know that later on today, tonight, this weekend, you'll each find a moment to pull her aside and her parents aside, to shep nachas, to share the joy and pride at how wonderfully she did. But for now, we're going to remain quiet. Andrew's going to play a beautiful song about passing on our values, Lador Vador, from generation to generation, and think words of blessing.
We are gifts, and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope, and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. And we are words, we are stories, we are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Lador vador nagid god lecha. Lador vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Lador vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our hearts, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed, we are holy, we are children of your way. And the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say. Nedor vador, nagid golecha. Nedor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Lador vador, these lips will praise your name. Lador vador, Lador vador, Lador vador, Ledor vador nagid godlecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Ledor vador, these lips will praise your name.
Let me invite everybody to turn to page 294. You see, even in times of joy like this, we like to remember the ones who have come before us, on whose shoulders we stand, though our loved ones who have passed on from this world, but whose love can still warm us, the memory of whom can still inspire us. Some of you here are remembering loved ones during this time of Kaddish. As I bring my hand around the room, I invite you to mention their names and relationship to you aloud. This morning we are remembering
Alexander Markov.
My mom and dad, Ethan Ben Miller, and my cousin James Kenny. Ronald, my father. Neil Black.
My sister-in-law Joanne and my brother-in-law Layla.
and remember the 6 hostages who so close to being home and aren't. May their memories and the memories of all we lost in that war be for a blessing. On page 295, if you are able, we invite you to please rise. As together we say, Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divara chirutei v'yamlich ma'achutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulormei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'krusha brichu. Layla min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shloma rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who brings peace to the high heavens bring peace to us, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together. Amen.
And we sing together the final words of the blessing, Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom b'mroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
So we are just less than a month away from the high holy days, Rosh Hashanah and then Yom Kippur. And we are called to take a look into our lives, to transform our lives, to move from the path of where we are to the path of where we could be, where we should be. In Judaism, change is not impossible. In fact, it's the basis of who we are, to grow into the kind, compassionate, just, true souls that we are destined to be. So we have a shofar, and in the month of Elul, the month before Rosh Hashanah, we sound it every day. We do high holidays at the Thousand Oaks Civic Arts Plaza. I think it's Bank of America Performing Arts Center. Beautiful sight lines. The seats are good on the tush. The sound is fantastic. You need tickets to come to it, but they have them online at orami.org. We stream all of the services at oramilive.com at no cost. So be with us online, be with us in person if you want. We're all here. So I'm going to say the call, and then I'm going to ask you to say it after me, and then I'll sound it. Deal? Okay. Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Shivarim.
Shivarim.
Trua.
Trua.
Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Tekiah Gedola.
Tekiah Gedola.
You gotta wait for the high holidays for that one. But come to the high holidays and you get it. In a minute, I'm gonna ask mom and dad, brother, our bat mitzvah, and grandparents to go right out into the foyer. Don't hug anyone, just go out so we can get to the Kiddush grape juice. Then everybody else will follow and we'll grab a Kiddush grape juice. We'll make Kiddush over the grape juice. Then we have a challah. It took 14 trailer trucks to get it here. It's the biggest challah I've ever seen. But we'll do the blessing over that. Then there's some cookies. We're going to go and then we're going to celebrate tonight, though. Immediate family is staying for pictures. Yeah. Just immediate? Okay, good. Not yet. So let me have the immediate family go on out to the table, please.
Not me.
And that's you. Go straight to the table.